Good morning. It's a beautiful morning in Wyoming, northwest Wyoming. It's a blustery 4 below zero again. Boy, am I ready for spring. Still staying positive. Everything, this is what it is, and we love it. I just wanted to kind of show you the calves. I know that it's cold, and I know that it seems like they're suffering and different things like that with all this cold, and we don't have a heated barn or anything like that. But I just wanted to show you what they're dealing with, and that they're quite content. The cattle we've got are bred for cold weather. The Black Angus and Red Angus, whatever, they're pretty hardy in cold weather. So I just wanted to show you what we've got, show you they're all doing well. One sign that the calves are all healthy and that kind of thing is to look at their body condition. You know, they aren't, you don't see their hips sticking out or anything like that, the hooks and all that. But you can also look at their coats, and their coats are nice and shiny, they're clean, and they just look well. Other than that, they're also laying down and just relaxing, chewing their cud. These guys are in good condition and they're doing well. So let me show you that. I got to get busy here, and I've got to get this water done, take care of this cow calf, and then I was going to touch base on a couple of other things. So let's get to work. So you can see this guy's laying down over here. Let's see, over there on the far side. Let's see if I can zoom that in. You can see there's another one over here laying down, and everybody's pretty comfortable. Those that are hungry are eating, but they're all doing really well. Let's see, who is this? You can see their coats. I'm trying to zoom in. You can see their back right there. It's just their hair and hide is just nice and shiny. They're getting everything they need for nutrients, vitamins, that kind of thing. They're all healthy. They're all doing really well. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. I know that everybody probably thinks it's torture to have them out here in this temperature, and believe me, you know, they don't want to be out in 30 below or 5 below or whatever it is. Of course, neither do I. But they do just fine out here. So the big thing, like everything for me and everybody, would be the wind. You can see they got plenty of feed, but the wind kind of really takes the warmth away from your body. So anyway, I'm going to get to work here and get this cow calf taken care of, and then I was going to touch base on a couple things. So here we go. So one thing you can see is I don't know if you can see behind me, she's got plenty of feed over here. There's a lot of hay on the ground and that kind of thing. But as soon as she sees me come up here, she's coming over to me. I give her a good ration of pellets every morning. She is not quite 2 years old. She is raising that calf, and as I kind of talked about in an earlier video, that calf will be eating about 3% of its body weight. Right now, it's not super heavy. I don't know if you can see the little babe there. There's our little baby right there. But she's eating about 3% of her body weight every day. She is eating more of the hay, and she does like the pellets as well, but she's still getting a pretty good amount of weight off of Mama. She's probably, I don't know, 200 pounds right now, 150. So she's eating, you know, if that's 3% of her body weight, I don't know, she's getting 5 pounds anyway off of feed and different things like that. And Mama is young. We still want her to grow and develop. And so I do give her a little additional feed every morning. So she's kind of used to that. I come over to the fence, I'll grab these tubs, I'll kind of show you, but you can see the little calf. She's like, you know, she's looking for that grain. She's like, wait a minute, where's that? The pellets. So I'll get these guys fed, and you'll see that we take good care of these guys. I don't chase them. I don't prod them. They're very comfortable with us, and we try to make their life as stress-free and honestly as good as possible for them. So we do try to take really good care of them. So here, you can see Mama. She was going to go back to her feed because she got tired of listening to me. Hey, babes. But as soon as I grab these buckets, she's like, oh, hold the show. She'll come over here and stand right by the gate. And I'm sorry about the noise. These bags are terrible. But if you kind of pay attention, I know it's hard to see in the video. But as soon as I start doing this grain, both of them will start salivating a little bit. They like these pellets pretty good. kind of like a Pavlov's dogs kind of experiment. Hey kids, there you go. You can see Mama right there. She's not bothered by it being in there, and they both like those pellets pretty good. The ice, there's no ice really to speak of on their water today, so that's good news. That new heater's doing well. Um, the one thing that's important when you do start feeding them pellets, or if you start switching up their feed in any way, something that's important is that you do it gradually. Even when we put them out back on the pasture here, when we transition from the hay and we start getting enough green grass out there, we still give them a portion of the hay for a little while to get them transitioned. Their body has, just like ours, their gut has lots of different microbes and bugs, whatever you want to call them there. But the bacteria in their bodies has to transition. Their body uses different bacteria, different microbes to digest food differently. You'll see in the spring when we do move them out, and we take them gradually off the alfalfa and they start going more to grass. They'll start getting their feces start getting real thin. Sorry for the term, but kind of like a diarrhea there for a little bit while their body kind of transitions from the one feed, the dry grass and alfalfa mix, to just the real fresh green grass. And so it takes a little time for their bodies to transition. So if you're going to start giving grains or pellets or sweet feed or anything like that, you don't want to just all of a sudden dump them, 10 pounds of sweet feed, because it will kind of throw their body into kind of a mess there for a short period. So you start with 1 or 2 pounds and gradually add to that. I've been giving these guys a couple scoops in each bucket every day, or most every day, for quite a while now. So their bodies are fully adapted to it, and they're in pretty good condition with that. But it's always something you want to kind of take into consideration when you're transitioning from one feed to another. So that's one thing to think about with these guys. So I've got kind of an audience behind me today. You can see I carry these little treats. I don't know how well you can see them. I don't know, it's kind of a fruit-based kind of grain treat or whatever, and you can see that some of them like them quite a bit. Some of them aren't sure, but some of them like them quite a bit. So anyway, I give these guys treats, makes them easier to handle for me. I know that say ranchers or cowboy purists would call me kind of ridiculous. Nonetheless, this is what works for us. For me, I've done a video earlier about when you go to get into animals, large animals, whether that be horses or cows, or I don't know, potentially even llamas and that kind of thing. They can be very, very relaxed and comfortable, like these guys are. Very tame, if you will. Or they can be really, really what we call rangy and really hard to handle. I saw a video yesterday I was watching, and I just couldn't believe that anyone would want to work with animals like that. And they were just wild and rank, and the poor guy working them was just really struggling. He had to keep jumping up on the fence, trying to climb over, and that kind of thing, because boy, he was just getting chased all over. He was trying to move a small group of younger bull calves or steers, whatever they were, and the one bull calf, he kept trying to chase the guy over the fence, trying to give him the what for. And I personally, I have another job. My wife's got another job. My father-in-law's a little older. I sure as heck don't need any of us hurt. We don't need run over. We don't need broke arms. We don't need broke legs. We don't need laid up in a hospital. These guys, although they do pay for themselves and they pay us, especially with beef on the table, but nonetheless, we can't get laid up because we've got rank animals. Like I said, I done a video earlier about if you're going to get into larger animals, I would highly recommend, and I'm going to redo that video entirely, but I highly recommend getting familiar with, if you've got a neighbor that's got cows or horses or whatever, that you go spend some time with that neighbor, help them feed, help them, you know, kind of work with the cows, moving them to different pastures, working them into corrals, different things like that. Because if you've never worked with large animals, they can be quite intimidating, especially if you've got some that are not like my pets here. I do want you to know that even though they are like pets to me, I have no problem taking them, loading them in a trailer, and taking them to town, and taking them to be processed. That's just part of the way the business operates. And I do still look at it as a business. And even though I do take care of them and treat them like pets, I have no problem loading them up and taking them to town. Anyway, I'm sorry it's cold enough today that my mustache is freezing, my eyes are watering a little bit, so I apologize for that. If you're going to get into larger animals and that kind of thing, and like I said, I'm going to redo this video, I would highly recommend kind of just putting your foot in the water just a little bit without spending the money to go buy cows and different things like that. If you plan on buying a dairy cow even, I would highly recommend going to find someone locally that has that type of an animal and ask them if you can help them, because there are going to be things that you may not be ready for, like say for example, a dairy situation. They got to get up really early in the morning. You've got to be out there milking at 5 in the morning every morning, you know, and getting the cows in, putting them in a stanchion, cleaning up the bag and that kind of thing, getting everything ready. And, you know, you may have a cow that's maybe stomps a little at you or kicks at you a little bit. It's something you need to get familiar with, knocking the bucket over, different things like that. So it's something you want to be sure you want to do before you spend the money to go get the animals, because it can be a little difficult for me. I've always spent a lot of time with them, and there are plenty of videos of me spending time with them. And so due to that, my animals aren't crazy. You know, we can move equipment around and we can walk out amongst them. We can move them. You saw actually moving them in the video to put feed in yesterday was it's more of a pain to get them shoot into a corral, because they are so familiar with me that that they're wondering what I've got for them rather than being deterred or afraid of me. So if you're going to get animals, when you go to the barn, sale barn, or when you go to purchase animals from somebody else, I would definitely look for animals that aren't that you can walk in the corral, and although they may move off to a corner, they're not just turning and running headlong into a fence and that kind of thing. I wasn't really going to talk about all that. I get on these tangents. And anyway, what I was going to say is I frequently call everything cows, because typically what we have are the cows that are out in the pasture, and we breed them, and we look for calves. Recently, the last couple of years, we've been holding back pretty much everything. We've kind of changed up our operation a little bit. Um, but typically we keep cows and we sell off the calves, whether that be the steers or the heifers or whatever that may be. So when I'm referring to all the animals, although these are just calves, usually I refer to them as cows. I've got to go take care of cows. So that's the reason I say that. But anyhow, that's why I call them cows. I'm going to redo that video to give a little more explanation about ways that you can get more familiar with the animals before you spend a bunch of money, because I do want you to be safe. More than anything, I want everybody to be safe, because these animals can hurt you pretty quickly. That video last night really, there's no way I would do that. I don't have first off, I don't have the patience. It becomes very frustrating to try to work the animals and try to do anything with them. The poor guy was just struggling, and there's just no need for that. Anyway, I sure appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I really look forward to your comments. Off-Grid Rooster, I appreciate your comments and your ideas. They're very helpful. Thank you very much. I look forward to anybody leave me a message, and I try to kind of throw something out there. I try to mention you in a video if you've come from a different place or you've liked a specific part of the videos or whatever. So I sure appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.